Peace, family. It's your girl, Garuti Chastity. I was sitting here about to roll a blunt, and I had a thought, yo. Why, or not even why, don't you think it would be easier to give yourself up in terms of, like, what you don't like versus throwing somebody else under the bus or blaming somebody else? Because I was just sitting here thinking, I have decided some points or another to stop dealing with somebody or whatever the case may be. For me in the past, I would say it's always been, well, I quit dealing with them because of this, and this. It's like them, right? They did something that made me kind of come out or do whatever the case may be. But I was sitting here thinking, like, damn, instead of calling somebody else toxic or their behavior toxic, just put the toxicity, like, point it back in my direction. Because it would look something like this, like, as a projector, I know that I am here to guide, lead, and direct energy, which means it's important for me to thrive, to be valued. And so I know that I have to ask for an invitation before I give my advice. Because if I don't ask for an invitation and that shit ain't valued, I'm going to be feeling bitter, right? So, okay, I messaged somebody. No, I gave them a message and was like, look, I know that I'm supposed to ask for an invitation, but I overheard you saying this, and I think it's really important for me to share this with you, right? Now, this the second time I done just sent this person just a regular message or just communicated with them, right? And this is the second time where they just don't say anything. Nothing. I'm cool, right? As a projector, right? In this sense, and we just talked about what we talked about. I'm cool if you don't want my advice, or even if you don't want to value it. But what I'm not cool with, which don't work for me, is a lack of response. Right? I can't do it. I just can't. That's me, though. It's me. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else. And so this is what I was thinking. Instead of being like, oh, they was toxic, they didn't know how to communicate, they was doing this, and this that I didn't like, I just personally say, you know what? It's not healthy for me to share how I feel and don't get a response. It's just not healthy for me. It's toxic for me, right? That creates toxicity in me. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Or whatever you got going on over there. That shit, I don't like it. And it's not good for my reality, my environment. So I don't do shit like that. Again, pointing it back at me, right? Pointing out the toxic for me. Why I don't like it and why it's toxic for me. You don't got nothing to do with that other person. But I was just sitting here thinking about, like, damn, wouldn't that probably help me navigate shit a lot faster, a lot easier, because I'm not trying to carry around the baggage of trying to figure out how something makes me feel, but then also trying to take on the responsibility of the motherfucker who did it to me. Like, no, dog. Just don't do that.